Boys and girls, today I'm going to read you a book called Humpty Dumpty Climbs Again by David Horowitz. Now, most of you know the rhyme about Humpty Dumpty who fell, and in this story, Humpty Dumpty got scared after he fell, and then he had to overcome his fears to climb again. Humpty Dumpty climbs again. Humpty Dumpty climbed up a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Finally, one of the king's horses had the good sense to call a doctor. "Mr. Dumpty," said the doctor, "you really must be more careful. I mean, for Pete's sake, you're an egg." Since then, Humpty has not climbed a single wall. He's sitting there watching television. Now all the king's horses and all the king's men make jokes about Humpty Dumpty. Whenever they pass his house, they chant, "Humpty Dumpty sits in a chair. He used to climb rocks. Today he won't dare." They were being very unkind. One day, the dish went to visit Humpty Dumpty. When the dish arrived, Humpty Dumpty was sitting around in his underwear watching television. It does not look like he was expecting company. "Listen, Humpty Dumpty," said the dish, "this is getting ridiculous. You used to be a brave egg. Everyone looked up to you. Now you just sit around watching TV?" "Whatever," said Humpty Dumpty. "After that great fall I had, climbing rocks seems so silly. I mean, what's the point?" "If you say so," said the dish, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Humpty Dumpty went back to watching TV when along came a spider. The spider dropped down and frightened Humpty Dumpty right out of the house. And there, in the middle of the street, stood the once mighty Humpty Dumpty. He's crying. The little dog laughed to see such a sight, and poor Humpty Dumpty headed for the hills. Humpty Dumpty kept walking until he reached the wall. For old time's sake, he climbed a few big rocks that lay at the bottom. And he found he was not alone. "Oh, great," thought Humpty Dumpty. "It's all the king's men, and they'll probably make fun of me some more." But they did not. All the king's men had a big problem of their own. The king's favorite horse, Milt, had gotten stuck way up on the wall. "The king will have our heads for this," the men said grimly. Humpty Dumpty noticed the camping equipment at the men's feet. Without a word, he coiled up their rope, threw it over his shoulder, and yup, you guessed it, Humpty Dumpty climbed again. Look at him go. Yes, Humpty Dumpty knew he could fall, but still Humpty Dumpty climbed up that wall. For as long as there's trouble for horses and men, good Humpty Dumpty the egg climbs again. And look, he's using the rope to help the horse down. From that day on, Humpty never climbed again without the proper safety equipment or pants. The end. So boys and girls, I really hope you enjoyed that story about Humpty Dumpty. I also am going to be sending you a coloring page so you can color Humpty Dumpty and his oval egg shape. And I have some experiments that you can try with an egg or with Play-Doh so that you can learn a little bit about the force called gravity. Because when you let go of something, it falls. When Humpty Dumpty fell, he did not fall up into the sky, he fell down to the ground, and that's called gravity. So I also have a little bit of information for you to learn about gravity, and maybe you can try some experiments with gravity at your house. I miss you.